Could you introduce yourself, sir?
I am Jesse Matthewson of Kenmore.
And you are in Toronto with a new record?
I am, and it's cold here.
Really?
Well, not like Winnipeg cold, but like compared to Texas, where both of us were last week, this is cold.
Yeah. So, what is the difference between this kind of cold and Winnipeg cold?
Toronto cold is usually more of a damp cold that chills your bones. Meanwhile, Winnipeg is more of an oppressive cold that pounds out your spirit.
But your spirit seems pretty intact.
It's because we were in Texas and got some sunlight to like rejuvenate ourselves.
So we'll talk about a little bit more about that in a second, but what can you tell me about your new record, the title of it?
The title is Venerable. We felt it kind of summed up a lot of the different themes we were working with. Trash Man seems to be right beside us right now. Ideal timing. At first we were kind of discussing Venerable as a concept being funny because we've been around for almost 12 years now, even though we're still, compared to a lot of bands from our genre, we're like the kids still, even though we're nearing 30, which isn't really children anymore, but when we started out, everyone else was 30 to 35 and we were 21. But yeah, we've been around a long time, and just the various themes dealing with those who came before you, nature, and subject matter like that. Venerable kind of all tied everything together, and we liked it as an overwhelming concept for the album, and it just worked really well. And it's a very powerful sounding word.
It's a pretty powerful record.
But thank you.
You did the last record on your own label, Arctidus.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, we just missed there was a rat in the window.
Oh,
There it is.
Oh, that is hella creepy.
That is really creepy. There's a rat running around the window of this store, Portugal Mix in Toronto. Sorry. Anyways.
Oh, that's so gross. I can still see it moving around.
That is really gross. So after doing the record yourselves, how did things come to be that you would work with Profound Lore to do the new record?
The big thing we wanted to do with this new record was tour. Shane and I were kind of at a place in our lives where we wanted to try and give it our all, since it was either do something fun or take the next step career-wise. We both work in business. He's a chartered accountant.
Oh, really?
I do lower-level accounting, but I was kind of unhappy with my lot in life, so I was planning to go back to school and do something completely new. And that was right around the time where he was in public accounting, and it's kind of like, well, should I jump into industry and get a real career? And we kind of went, well, let's do the band thing for a while. Just give it that one good shot, since we've never really had it.
Yeah.
A lot of people who do this, they like to get this sort of thing out of the way before they go to university.
Mm-hmm.
We went to university first,
right,
then got jobs, and then got tired of said jobs. So now we're here, nearing 30, living out of our van. We don't make very good decisions.
But is it something that, are you happy with the decision that you made?
We're having fun so far, and the record we made deserves this kind of work to be put into it, I think. So, to go back to the original question, I felt that to really push the record and be out on the road, I couldn't put the record out myself. With Arctidus, I opted to not really utilize any standard distribution because I felt we could make better returns doing it ourselves over the internet, which we actually, it ended up funding us being able to record with Kurt for this record. But yeah, we felt we needed like a well-established label to kind of give us a good push so we can focus on various other promotions and also just getting it so we're touring.
How do you say Kurt's last name? Baloo?
I say Baloo.
Baloo? Yeah.
But I think that's it.
How did you come in contact? Have you guys ever played shows with Converge in the
We
past?
have not.
No?
I'd been in touch with him a number of years ago, just kind of inquiring about his rates and stuff like that. And when we were throwing around ideas for who to work with on this record, I brought him up again. I got some quotes, and we were originally just going to have him mix it, and then we decided it might be more worth our while to go out there and track the whole thing with him. So we did that.
Was that the first record you've done outside of Winnipeg?
Yes.
And
all the other records, the last two we did with Craig Boychuk out of Winnipeg, who's worked with like Fuck the Facts and Propagandy a little bit. We mostly just did some various things on Potemkin City Limits, but yeah, we work with Craig a lot.
And Craig didn't go with you?
No, he actually wanted to come and kind of be a fly on the wall, but he ended up, finances weren't in place, and we couldn't drag him across the border with us because we're on P2 work visas, and it would look really weird having someone without one coming across a border with us. So.
Right. And the outcome with Kurt, obviously, you were very happy with.
Yeah, it turned out very heavy.
Very heavy.
We weren't really sure how he'd interpret our sound. He's done a few bands a little more rock-oriented before, like Young Widows, but never something as pounding as we are. I guess the Swarm of the Lotus was a little, but we still wanted a little more Albini drum sound to it.
Yeah.
And we kind of feel that's what we ended up getting. It's Kurt's interpretation of the Albini drum sound.
Yeah.
At least that's what I think. He probably would disagree because I don't know what the hell he had in mind. But we're quite happy with the way it turned out.
Now you've had a bit of a lineup change for the touring aspect.
Yeah, our band we've been through 5 different bassists in the past 5 years. We have no consistency. It kind of bums me out. We've actually been working with our up till this point, latest Chad Tremblay for the past 3 years, and we've been planning to do this touring full-time thing for 2 years now. We've been amping up, and last November we basically determined that he can't afford to come out. So we hooked up with Therese, and she learned a set, and here we are. Chad will probably still come out with us in the summer because Therese's band Mares and Thrace want to go on tour too.
Right.
And we're not going to not be touring just because she's out. So, and again in the fall she can't be around. We're on the road at least for September, so we're probably going to seek the services of our old buddy Jameel Russell from Kittens and Malfaction and Swallowing Shit and every other worthwhile, heavy, noisy band from Winnipeg from the past like 15 years.
Now,
come on again.
It's funny that you mentioned Kittens, and I wanted to ask you about this. You wear a cowboy hat on stage.
I do, and it is a complete tribute to Kittens. I get a lot of flack for it from people in the States because they think it sucks, but it is a tribute to Kittens, and specifically David Kelly, who passed in 2008. We actually have a tribute song too on this new album.
You had a chance to play bass for Kittens when they did a New Year's Eve show, their first show in Winnipeg in quite a number of years.
Yeah, I think it was 8 or 9 years.
Yeah. I guess it's something, as someone that grew up listening to those early records, Doberman and Tiger Comet, it's probably something that was pretty special to you to have the chance to play on stage with those guys.
Yeah, and plus I was filling in for Jameel, which it was kind of an honor to get to fill his shoes, so to speak, or help them out and him out, just to let that actually happen.
And of course he's toured with you guys before.
Yeah, and we're definitely hoping he can tour with us again because we love Jameel like a brother.
So this tour you're doing right now that has you in Toronto, you're going to dip back into the US?
Yep.
And then you're meeting up with Fuck the Facts?
In just under a month. And we're doing 3 weeks with them out west and then through Western Canada. We're pretty busy.
Yeah. And future after that?
We're going out with, it hasn't been announced yet, but we're going out with Deaf Heaven in June through the States.
Oh, cool.
Kind of to announce their big Death Wish debut.
All right.
So it should be interesting.
Well, this will be on the internet in a week, so people will know that.
I think it's supposed to be announced by the end of March, so this all lines up all right.
All right.
And if not, I'm sorry, everybody. I let the cat out of the bag.
And we're going to see you back in Southern Ontario. Hopefully, you were supposed to play Hamilton last night, and the show ended up being canceled due to extreme amounts of snow in the city.
And by Winnipeg standards, that is not extreme amounts of snow. We're disappointed in you, Southern Ontario.
Yeah, well, we'll try not to have snow when you come back.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be back probably in like July. So if there's snow, then I'll be very worried about our ecosystem as a whole.
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to have problems if we still have snow after April. But thanks for taking the time to do this.
Thank you.
Do you have anything to say to the Hellbound readership?
If you're in Canada, please come out to the shows. If you're in the States, please come out to the shows. Everyone, just come out to the shows. We need people.
And what's your give your site's website and Facebook and all that
We are
stuff?
www.ken-mode.com, and you can find us facebook.com/kenmode, all one word. Add us, please. That's a good way to keep up with us. I think I didn't actually announce the show tonight on Facebook. Oops.
Oh, it did pretty well. There's lots of people inside.
Yeah, hopefully a few more show up.
Yeah, yeah.
We need to let some saliva flow on them, so it'll be fun.
All right. Well, thank you, Jesse.
Thank you.
All right.